I mean, look at this. It doesn't even tell you. It just says Washington, Oregon border region. You think you'd want to know about earthquakes at a volcano, right? Any professional would want to know, even if it's just small. Doesn't mean it's going to erupt, but we do have to... Oh, well, hey, hold on. An explosion? I don't know here. We do have to go see if there's any kind of fire here. Warm Springs Reservation on the river? An explosion? Let's go up into Oregon. Wow. The fires are over on the west side of the state. I don't see anything out there. Not in the central part of the state. There's no fire marked there. So who's out there blowing stuff up at a time where we've got, out here, who's out here blowing stuff up when we've got the biggest fire? Nobody. Nobody's out there blowing stuff up. This is another case of an explosion being reported at a time where we have seismic unrest and we have fires breaking out and directed energy weapons that are in play. And we've talked about that. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about with DEWs, directed energy weapons, you can go watch my updates on that and get up to speed on that. You can even watch the Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Bearden's presentation talking about how that can be done, how that happens. So what do we have going on here? Looks like a large shipping yard of some kind and an airport. Shipping. Is there anything else here next to Powell Butte? Redmond? Well, I see a bunch of volcanoes over to the west, but an explosion out here. I highly doubt anybody's out there blowing up an old farm field next to a little river. I would think an explosion coming out of the ground there would be related to maybe all the volcanoes. Look how many there are. Let me just show you. Do you see all these? Each one of these is a different cone or butte. And then the number here goes up into 35 or 36 different volcanoes. And these are all different little small spatter cones and craters. And it's a whole line of them. It goes all the way back up to Mount Bachelor. And over to the east. I got tired of marking them on the ones that I was marking. But there's just, hundreds more over to the east. And then these are lava flows. So people would think that that might be forest fire. No, it goes back up here to, what's the name of this one? Lava Butte. Lava Butte. That's a lava flow. Pretty recent, I would say, wouldn't you? Up to the north we go, up into Washington. And this is now going to go into a fast mode. We're going to quickly go look these up. This one's going to take us over into Mount St. Helens, or right next to it. So Mount Hood, next to Mount Bachelor, Mount St. Helens. What do they all three have in common? Well, the same things down to the south in California. Supervolcano and another volcano, Golden Trout Creek. And we are literally right on the rim or edge or down below, really, the crater of Mount St. Helens. And we're not to the left or to the right of it. We are in the crater. It doesn't mean it's going to erupt. It's just a sign of slight unrest coming in. Slight perturbance in the magma chamber. Up to the east-northeast, we get back to next to where the fire locations are. And these fire locations are having earthquakes next to them. There is no doubt about it. People up in Washington already know about that. I shouldn't need to show you the fires to prove it to you. We already know about the giant fires that took place up in Washington. Let's go see. There's Goat Rocks. We're flying right over Goat Rocks. There we are. So here, this location, you see I've got a fire marked from August 31st. And backing it out, going here on the back east side of the Octanum Ridge structures. Ellensburg. Let's just make sure that's not marked as an explosion or anything. 8.7 kilometer depth. Let's go look at the Octanum Ridge structures this way. Here, they go east to west. So something's going on. Something's shifting. Okay, I mean, it's just a slam dunk. Same with this earthquake up here to the north. Let's go look at that. 0.3, not opening. What's going on here? What's going on there? Not opening. Now it opens. Wait, Shaolin Falls. When did this earthquake strike? Today. Well, Shaolin was what we were talking about 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I was talking about this little town. And the reason I was talking about this little town...
Hey, everybody. Just pausing it to check in. So, yeah, Dutchsinse on YouTube. So this guy is crazy with the data. Anyway, he's doing a live update, all right? The fires, earthquakes that have been happening. He does a crazy job correlating and aggregating this data. So with that in mind, thanks. I see everybody checking in. Hey, what's up? So yeah, I'm gonna let it keep going here.
2 days ago, a fire broke out here. And we zoomed in on it. It was in the county tip. Let me go show it to you. Hold on. Let's go get the coordinates.
See if we can keep up.
The fire is right here in the tip of this. And we were looking over here, and I said, hey, here's the tip of this county. Should be easy to identify. I zoomed in on it. I said, town of Shaolin. And there it is. And now a new earthquake struck right next to it. Today, the earthquake struck. So the only reason I was looking at Shaolin the other day was the fire. Boy. Now, the rest of these earthquakes go up along through the Puget Sound, up to the north, and I just have to check and make sure they're not explosions or anything. So this one, Roosevelt, not an explosion. And this one, Glacier, Washington, not an explosion. At this point, we need to go look at something. We have to go check the tremor map. I mean, this is just like, it's getting into a really long update, guys. I'm sorry. But the tremor map, so this is yesterday, the 10th of September. All these little red dots are little vibrations as the plate is shifting. And the plate is shifting because of the Juan de Fuca fracture zone out to the west. But energy is coming into the plate, and that's why we're getting vibration on land when this thing out in the ocean is what's pushing in. But look at the spot. Northern California, Southwest Washington. Well, that's right next to where the earthquakes were. We were just in Southwest Washington right here. Plus, a bunch of fires broke out right here. And I can prove that to you because people might not know about Southwest Washington's fire. Right down through here, you can still see the splotch marks from a day ago. There we go. You see the remnants from yesterday's fires. And right here. And the earthquake is right here. I mean, it's quite literally right next to it. So what could cause earthquakes, fires, volcanoes to start having earthquake activity, fault zones to start having earthquake activity, shifting of the plate, directed energy weapon, we captured it. The piezoelectric energy discharge that happens from a radio wave, if it's powerful enough, goes down into the ground, converts into direct current, basically. Efficiency scaling is what it's called. Now look at the stack of quakes down here in Northern California. Anybody curious about what's there? Surely the USGS would tell us if there was something there. And you know what's really weird? Look, they have it listed as Cobb, California. But I could probably go click on another quake here. And it gives us the name geysers. So weird because they're right next to each other. I don't know why they would just not tell us the geysers of California is having an earthquake swarm. And tell us what's at the geysers. Well, I think geysers are at the geysers. But why are there geysers at the geysers? How about the volcano there called Clear Lake? Clear Lake, the volcanic field. Now, humans have come in and drilled into the volcano to these pipelines that go to these drill points. And they inject water, or in this case, they inject your sewage. Think about that. They're injecting your sewage from your house down into the ground, and they leave the nasties down in the ground. And then they use the steam to come up and turn the turbines. It's where it hits the fan, literally. So we have a swarm of earthquakes there. And the number of earthquakes is increasing. We were at next to nothing a couple days ago. The number of earthquakes, the frequency is definitely going up. But the power on it right now is low. Zeros and ones. I would think a new push is going to be breaking out here in the ocean. That's what we're going to look for. Something in the upper 5 range to strike out here. Now, did you guys know that they don't report earthquakes off the coast of Oregon and Washington unless somebody complains? Do you know that? I'm not joking. So, I mean, maybe you can complain and they'll report the 5. We will see that after, regardless of whether or not they report the earthquake out here or in the ocean, we will see the follow-ups on that within this week, that California is going to be on land now, is going to go back up into the 5 range as well. So, they can go ahead and ignore the earthquake out off the coast. That just kind of screws me over for not being able to show it to you, but they won't be able to hide the 5 that comes rolling in on land unless they downgrade it. Like the 5 will hit, everybody will feel it, and they'll be like, "Oh no, it was a 2. Yeah, just a 2." And meanwhile, you'll have things knocked off your shelves, cracks in your foundations, as they say nothing hits. That's really happening. Now look at the earthquakes. Yesterday, or a day and a half ago, there was no activity on the creeping section of the San Andreas. But now there's 3 equal distant spaced earthquakes. Let me show it back to you on the plate boundary map one more time. Everybody knows about the San Andreas, right? The thick red line here that goes down along the coast of California. But did you know it goes back up and feeds into the Juan de Fuca? And that energy from the Juan de Fuca here flows down the San Andreas and causes an increase down in central and southern California. And that your energy from overall in California comes up from up here when the plate starts shifting. And you can watch the earthquakes come down your way. You can watch the tremors come your way as the plate starts shifting. That happened just a couple days ago. Came down this way. The California-Nevada border, following these red lines. Series of earthquakes here and up here, then going down to here with a bunch of fires, then going down to here with a 4.2. But it's going to carry on. This is going to come down, go over, go down. It's going to come down to the Garlock, try and go straight across the Mojave, but it'll run into a problem, the Garlock, and it'll take down into the San Andreas down here to the south over the next few days. But right now, we have a stepping stone path. Boom, boom, boom. 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5. Again, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5.
All right, hey, how's everybody doing? So, in case you're just joining, this is Dutchsinse, I believe, on YouTube. So he does these. Again, he goes over this data. What he's talking about is the correlation between these small earthquakes. All this data he's looking at is on the USGS site, and so he's talking about the correlation between what you see here is these little earthquakes as they correlate with the wildfires. And if you follow him at all, you'll see that it's what kind of happens. You get these earthquakes, these disturbances, and then it's like a precursor. Okay. So let me again. I just decided, you know what? Instead of trying to catch it and edit it, I said let me just go live and we'll just go over it. Let's keep going now.
Just like everywhere else on the planet, but it's just with ones and zeros now, right? It's the equal distribution across the mass, and it's all ones. But it goes down and it stops right here at a place called Parkfield, California, on the San Andreas Fault. Why, oh why, are we stopping here? I mean, shouldn't the energy just carry on down the San Andreas? Why does it keep stopping at Parkfield? Coffee time. I'm about to blow your mind again. You ready to have your mind blown? Look. Do you see them? I've got them all marked here. Oil and gas wells. Tens of thousands of them. Drill points. Right along the San Andreas. This is where it starts. The drill points start in earnest here. Here's a solar farm, but next to it, all of these, oil and gas, and the pipelines that connect them. It goes all the way up to the north, connects with hundreds more. This is just where it starts. So the earthquakes come down and stop where the drill points start. Polinga, Kettleman City, over here, Avenal. Then energy transfers in a diagonal line from up at Kettleman City down to Bakersfield and impacts down here into the southeast tip of the valley. That just happened yesterday. It's happening again today. Let's go pull the coordinates. So the 0.6 into the south part of the valley? Well, how did the 0.6 come into the south part of the valley? It flowed across. USGS put out a whole presentation. Listen to this. USGS put out a presentation talking about how the whole south tip of the valley here, from Kettleman City down to Bakersfield and everything south, from up here to down here and everything around it, is severely subsiding. And for the USGS to use the word severe is a big deal. Severe, they meant it. They mean it. 20 to 40 feet overall. Not just little pockets, not like sinkholes. I'm talking the whole area. The farms, the roads, the bridges, everything. All sinking. All at once. Like a floor dropping out from underneath you. And it's sank 20 to 40 feet in the last 2 decades. Now, they blame water. Lack of water. But I'm here to tell you that all of the... Do you see this mountain range here? This is what the mountain range used to look like. Right there. See the gullies and hills and so forth? But humans have come in and scraped off every hilltop and put in several wells at each location. And did it to the whole mountain range. All the way around. And you can see the grid-like pattern of it. Down here, all of this, here is the San Andreas. And right up to the San Andreas, right to here, they have drilled tens of thousands of times. Look how many oil wells are here. You get the picture? So, earthquakes coming down the creeping section of the San Andreas stop where the drill points start and then pick back up where the drill points end. It's like a superhighway to transfer the force along. And then, of course, it's all sinking because they're extracting all the oil. Energy goes down ultimately to Southern California, and that gets us into this. So, Southern California. I have to go look at the 1.5. I think this might be a quarry blast. Let's go see. Yeah. Proof that they can list quarry blasts. So if you see an explosion, that's different than a quarry blast, right? See explosion listed as opposed to quarry blast. Now, down to the south, we have 2 earthquakes. One northwest of LA and one right in downtown LA along the coast. Let's go take a look. Up at Piru. Lake Piru? Wait. Lake Piru? Oh, man, wasn't that in the news a couple months ago? Right before these fires started. There was that mystery missing person at the Lake Piru. Wow, what do we have going on here? I don't see anything marked, but look at that. Whatever that is. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. We got a couple things here. We got our big fires over here next to Castaic Lake and all of our pumping operations next to Castaic Lake. And I'm not joking. They drilled right next to the dam and put in a bunch of oil and gas pumping operations here. There's the dam. And the pumping operations go over here. And the fires broke out there. Here's the new earthquake epicenter. And the other pumping operations are right down here. Just show you. Again, I'm not against oil and gas, but I've got to show you all the drill points that keep getting hit over and over and over again. So how far north do we go with these pumping ops? That's the real question. There's more here. Look, how many are on this hilltop? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just on that hilltop. Let's go down here and see how many more there are. Oh, man, this thing just keeps going, doesn't it? Goes up to the north. Yep. Dang. As they say here in the Midwest, dang. Man, we're going right up to it. I mean, this imagery date as of 2018, so it is 2 years old. But I see pads going at least as far as this, and I always look within 6 to 10 miles, and this is just a hop, skip, and a jump. Let's just get a measurement, see how far we are. Dang, guys, we are right next to another pumping operation. This one's really well hidden, 4 miles, yeah. And that's 2018. They could have easily gone up this road a little bit more and done more drilling. And they might even have, what's this one right here? Looks like they got a turnaround out there. What? Wait. What the heck did I just find here? What did I just find there? A nicely landscaped area with no house or anything on it, but definitely have big boulders and a parking area, but a river that's washed out the road so you can't get to it. Back up there, who would even build that? Okay. Let's go down into LA. Sometimes I find stuff, guys. You wouldn't believe some of the stuff I found in California. Oh, man. Up north, I'll tell you a funny story. Up north in California, we get an earthquake up in Humboldt County. You can see where this story's going. And I zoom in and I'm zooming around and I see that there's these greenhouses out in the woods with they're hidden. They've got trees over the top of them, laid over. And I'm like, what's this? And then you zoom in some more and you could see that their greenhouses are filled with something. And then outside there's 99 separate plots, each one a big green plant of some kind. And I'm like, damn hippies. These damn hippies, they just they never stop. Okay, all right, hold on. Let me go sip my coffee. Okay, here we are. We're in California, down in LA, and we are just south of Inglewood. So Inglewood. We've heard about Inglewood in a few songs. I know we might be able to recite a few songs we know. But here, this is the Baldwin Hills, where there's so much pumping going on. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 20 wells right here just in the zoom-in screenshot. And then the whole pumping operation goes across over to Culver City and down to Inglewood. Now, I always look within 6 to 10 miles because they can drill by several miles at an angle, horizontally. Look, we are 5 to 6 miles to the center of the pumping operation, and to the old pumping operation that used to extend down to Inglewood, we're 4 miles from the drill points. But either way, 4 or 6 miles. How many more is it going to be? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The drill points down to the south are vulnerable, guys. Now, finally, Southern California, diagonal line of quakes. You're going to remember this. The diagonal line of quakes thing goes northwest to southeast. Just remember that. Because look, diagonal line of quakes here, northwest to southeast. Diagonal line of quakes here, northwest to southeast. Diagonal line of quakes here, northwest to southeast. And then we get over here, and it's going the exact opposite. It's going down towards the supervolcano. But look, it's also going this way to our arrow. It's trying to flow out. The energy is trying to flow out from the west coast. And let me just get the craton graphic turned on here really quick. Trying to flow from the west coast over to the edge of the craton. And it's trying to make equilibrium. It's trying to reach out across the plate. Southern California diagonal line of quakes, though, what does that match with? Let me show it to you on the plate boundary map one more time. Come along with me again. One more voyage of discovery. We're sailing all over the place today. So here, the thin red lines going down across the San Andreas, or coming off the San Andreas. And you see it there, San Jacinto Fault. So energy, instead of just going around the San Andreas, will make, again, a path of least resistance and go straight down across and dead end down here, down at the California-Mexico border. And that's exactly what's happened here with the most earthquakes striking in the middle. Now, professionals told us this was, quote-unquote, slow slipping. That this would, right here, the San Jacinto, for the last 5 years, has been in slow slip mode. And all of these little earthquakes are really just vibrations as the plate is slightly shifting through here. But the professionals said 5 years ago that that would lead to an extremely large earthquake on either the San Jacinto or one of the nearby faults, San Andreas or the Elsinore. So I would lean towards the middle, of course, as the likely break point. So far, it has not happened. Instead, we got our big break up here at Ridgecrest. And our big breaks back up behind it, back up at Monte Cristo Hills Volcanic Buttes, and all the way back up in Idaho with a 6.5, all around the same time, over the summer. Over this summer, starting at the start of the summer, end of spring, we saw a 6.5 earthquake strike up here in Idaho, a 6.5 earthquake strike down here at Monte Cristo Hills, right at the California-Nevada border, 6.2 earthquake strike here in Lone Pine, and we also saw a 5.8 earthquake strike at the bunker facilities next to Salt Lake City. We also saw a 5-point-something earthquake strike over here at Reno. And then, of course, we have our activity that spread down to Southern California. You guys all remember from the start of the summer. Or maybe you don't. Anything else to talk about? How about Oklahoma, Missouri, and over all the way east, all to the North Carolina, Virginia border region? How about that one? Let's talk about that. So one more time, the Craton diagram. Let's get that on the screen here. And you'll see Oklahoma, and you see the East Coast on the Craton diagram. So Oklahoma is nothing but drill points. And this is low power-wise. So 2s and 1s. With the 4s on the West Coast, I would expect 4s to come rolling back into Oklahoma in the next few days. Get ready for it. As a matter of fact, people in the Midwest, it's been a minute. It has been a few months since we've had any noteworthy sized 4s come across the pumping operations. Maybe not a few months. Maybe it's been a month. It's been a while. And let me show you the pumping ops. So there's Aileen, Oklahoma. There we go. So you should be able to see the shadows of the pumps. You see the tanks, the pipeline, the burn apparatus next to the tanks. So these are safety flare apparatus that will flare off sometimes if they need to get rid of gas or if there's something going on with overpressure. And the amount of pumping going on here is pretty impressive. 500,000 different drill points across Oklahoma alone, at 526 the last time we checked last year. So there's way more. Now there's way more. Let me show you. Do you see all these little square specks along the roads here? Every little white square speck is a different drill point. They're not houses. They're all for drill points. For oil and gas. And then you get the picture of how many there are. This is just one county or a county and a half's worth. You start getting into the hills here, and it's insane what they've done. Okay? And again, it's that many. 500,000 across Oklahoma recently in the past several years. Starting in about 2008. So like the first year Barack Obama came in, they started doing that. And by 2010, there was big earthquakes hitting. And man, I'd swear they almost either took me out or whatever it was. Imagine this. Back in 2010, just listen to this story. This is a funny story. In 2010, a series of earthquakes started to strike in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Colorado, Kansas. And I was a new channel. I would look up the earthquake epicenters, and I got curious. I was like, what's there? So I got a copy of Google Earth. I had no idea how to use Google Earth. So put in Google Earth, started putting in the coordinates. You zoom in and you see something like this. And I would make a video and show people. I'd be like, look at all these. What are these? I had no idea what I was looking at. And I had to find out and learn about hydraulic fracturing and oil extraction and all this stuff. So I started to learn about it, and I was making the videos, and I started to get attacked and shut down. People were calling me an environmentalist, tree hugger, Dutchsinse the conspiracy theorist. Fracking can't cause earthquakes. The USGS website says fracking can't cause earthquakes. Dutchsinse must be an environmentalist conspiracy theorist. Okay. Well, that was 2010, right? By the end of 2010 into 2011, 5.0 earthquakes started to strike at the pumping operations. All three big pumping operations. Arkansas, Oklahoma, Colorado, all three got hit by 5s. Then Kansas, finally. And then Texas. So it spread. And by 2011, the professionals had to come in and address their previous incorrect statements about how fracking couldn't cause earthquakes. And they had put it in writing, unfortunately. They put it in writing that fracking couldn't cause earthquakes, which is very foolish. And long story short on this, after they corrected themselves, they did not, I guess they had hired some companies to do the cover work on social media, to try and downplay it. They did not come back and delete all their denials below my videos. So you can go back to my 2010 and 2011 videos, or 2011 videos, and see all this denial about fracking earthquakes and calling me a conspiracy theorist, saying I need to learn geology and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, it's so obvious. We've got 1,000 million drill points across the edge of the North American craton. And Mother Nature comes pushing in. And the energy goes across the plate. And then it finds these weak points along the edge. To deny that was denying what's observable. Again, it's observable. We zoom in, there's a drill point at the location, just like out in California. And professionals said drill points don't get hit because they said there's no transfer of energy across a plate. Why did they say that? I don't know. They have no evidence to show what their belief is. They believe earthquakes don't go across the plate. You ask them to prove it. They say, no, it's up to you to prove that the earthquakes are going across the plate. And then you show them, like this. Hey, look, the earthquakes are going across the plate, following the edge of the craton. And they go something like this. Well, you didn't go to college. You're going to have to... Okay, well, that takes me back to the start of the broadcast, which is over here in the West Pacific, where our deep earthquakes come hammering in on the underside of the plate. That's the main pusher for the whole planet. And the more activity that comes hammering in on the underside of the plate equals the more activity that spreads out across the plates. So it's like a warning sign. When we start seeing a bunch of deep earthquakes in the West Pacific, we start watching. And then the shallower, larger earthquakes show up and it spreads out following those red lines that I showed you throughout the whole broadcast, that it spreads out following the plate boundaries. And then the video I showed you takes precedent or takes hold, which is the equal distance spacing on the quakes as the wave spreads. And each quake, 5.0, 5.0, 5.0, 5.0, or 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, or 4.1, 4.3, 4.2, that the equal distance spacing is something that we can watch for, and that plays into forecasting. It's how we got a 4.5, 4.6, and 4.7 in the last day, spread out across a whole region from Izu Ridge to Alaska-Aleutian Island chain. And that means the areas in between should move also. Again, as the wave moves, watch this. It fills in each other's previous middle point. I'll just park my mouse over the middle, and you'll see one wave come in and touch the mouse over and over again. Because each fulcrum point or each middle point is filled in by the wave as the wave passes through space. Space-time. Do you guys have an earthquake plan? You know, with everything else that's going on. I did not cover the energy stuff. I told you guys a couple days ago. With the energy beam, they started to censor it. They put a black line over it. That pretty much says to me all the information is compromised, that I won't be getting accurate information on a beam, because even if it's showing a beam, it's something that's being manipulated and put through a filter, and if some person is giving the okay or no okay on it, that to me is a sign where we can't trust the info anymore. But hey, we caught it. We caught it for 2 days straight up until the spinning and obfuscation started. Putting a black censorship line over it was the worst possible thing they could have ever done. Now, hey, everyone, please listen to me now. Will you please listen? I have started my website back up, Dutchsinse.com. And let me just show it to you. So here we are. We're on Dutchsinse.com. And I put together my first post in a long time, years. And it's covering the directed energy situation. So you guys, you can right-click on each image to view image. And that'll take you, again, to the image itself. You can see the directed energy weapon coming in and exciting the fire. This was shooting out of Oregon and coming down into California and hitting into this fire where it was exciting the fire. And as the beam moved, the fire moved with it like some kind of magnifying glass. That was night 1. Night 2, something weird started to take place. The spot moved. Instead of shooting out of Oregon down into California, the spot moved where it's off the coast of California, shooting up into Oregon and exciting the fire along the way. And this matches what we would consider maybe on an orbit of a satellite to be offset. If it was up here beaming down into this the day before, then it comes back around the planet and it's down here and it beams up into the fires up here. Now that happened, and then this happened. A censorship line started to appear Well, it didn't start to appear. It appeared. And it's a thick black line over where the beam was out in the ocean. That to me says somebody's coming in and editing it. And we can't be doing that in the world of science. That's not acceptable. It just quite literally is not acceptable. It's just wrong. Quite frankly, that's wrong that they did that. It is. So, do you guys have an earthquake plan? Do you know what to do when an earthquake strikes? I'll just tell you this. You need to know what to do. You need to take shelter underneath a table or a desk. That'll get you through, again, if it's a moderate to somewhat large size quake. But if it's a really big earthquake, you might need to have an exit plan to get out of the house or structure and have a pre-designated area to go. So pre-designated area outside. Make sure your friends, your family, your loved ones, your coworkers, that you guys all know where to go meet up outside. And if you're going to go outside, you might not be coming back in for a while. And you need to have the emergency kit set up so that it can be seasonal specific. Change of clothes, set of shoes. You get the basics on that. You also need your extra car keys, extra ID, extra debit card. Those basic things, put it into a bag. Your birth certificate, the things that you need. And then that way, when it comes time to evacuate, you can just grab the bag. And somebody also suggested to me that you should probably have 2 bags so that way, if you're with your roommate or your spouse or your coworker or whatever, that you can each have a bag. Because God forbid you get split up and one person's got the supplies and the other person doesn't. Or if something happens to one of the bags. So each person should have their own bag. That's recommended. Or if you have, a big enough bag, but then that's going to be heavy to provide for a whole household. One bag might be better to have separate, smaller bags. Anyway, you guys will come up with good ideas on that. I'm just, again, reminding you to do that. Do you like what I'm doing? Do you like what I'm doing? Guys, please subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching on Twitch or if you're watching on Facebook, also please follow and hit like and hit the heart. And also, finally, I am streaming 24/7, 365 usually, the earthquake information over on Twitch. It's free to watch by everybody, guys. So you don't have to be a Twitch member. You can come over and hit play just like you're watching on YouTube for the live stream. But if you have Amazon Prime, a lot of people have Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription on Twitch. You just come over there and click a button and Amazon gives you a free Twitch subscription. And then that compensates me. That financially compensates me. So that is incredible. If anything else goes down, I will come back on at a moment's notice. And let me just remind everybody, we've been having a little bit of fun on the stream. Like, for instance, here, hold on. Check this out. Hello? Hello? Anybody here? Can you hear me? Hey, here we go. Here's all my trolls on YouTube. Listen to this. I don't like Dutchsinse. Dutchsinse is such a jerk. I'm gonna go over and leave a comment on his YouTube video. Oh man, okay, isn't that great? Here, hold on, one more. Yeah! Dutchsinse in the house, here to do my earthquake update for you, yo! Holla if you hear me. Okay, alright. Do not question.
All right.
The earthquake update, or the people bringing it to you. Dutchsinse is my minion from outer space.
All right. Dutchsinse in the house.
All right, guys. All right. Good times. Yeah, oh yeah, we could have fun with that all day long, guys. You wouldn't even believe some of the options that we have here. I will tell you this, though. If I am goofing around or something, I do this 24/7, 365. Okay? So just remember that. We have to have fun. Thank you. No, really. Much love, guys. When I run in 2024, I promise to bring to you truth and justice in the American political system. Me and Tattoo 1009, we're going to turn things around. 2024, give to my fundraiser now. Oh, wait, never mind that. Trolls are going to freak. Word up, much love. Peace out.
Word up. All right. Is my mic on? Okay. That was Dutchsinse live. So that was his live. So what we did, we you gotta love technology nowadays. This part of it. So shout out to Dutchsinse. Again, he's a guy on YouTube, all right, and you just heard him if you're just joining us. Where you can find him on Twitch and everywhere else. But where he goes over this data, okay, straight from the USGS website, all right, Google Earth, okay, that was his live update today. I was, popped up and I wasn't even ready, y'all. Shoot, as you can see, my my screens ain't even right. So shout out to everybody for checking in. Some interesting stuff. I have to go back and edit that. But towards the end, so for those who didn't see it, he pointed out, some anomalies in the weather satellite data from when those California fires started earlier this week. And I have to actually go back because all that's on his website as well and on his YouTube channel. We talked about it the other day on the show. Was it yesterday? So shout out to Commander Garbage on Twitch. Commander Garbage in the building. What's up? So yeah, shout out to everybody checking in on social media. All right. See Joya and my man Steve Boyd. So yeah. And I came across him from Brian, from him, High Impact Flicks. And now he has his dedicated website up as well, which is highimpacttv.com. So, like I said, y'all, I wasn't even ready. I jumped up. I was like, let me just turn this on. So yeah, he was talking about, Brian was talking about the data from Dutch, that Dutch was talking about, and again, he's been doing this for years. Showing how, satellite and weather satellite data, the USGS, data, Google Earth, pointing out, all these drilling operations along, having to be going right down, the fault lines. And how many of them, I had no clue until I just saw it today. I was watching for the first time with you guys. Up there in Idaho, and how many the fracking, we all heard of it. We've all heard of it. It's a big deal, environmentalists, hey, the fracking, it's gas and, gas and oil. But, the sheer number of those drilling operations, I really didn't know there were that many of them. So shout out to Dutchsinse. All right. For doing that work. All right. For everybody. Hey, independent. All right. Citizen journalists, man, out here, sharing good information. Information, you or me, trust me, who has time? Who has time to look at the USGS satellite imagery? who has time to look at Google Earth. A lot of us don't, right? So shout out to these people that do all this work. All right, much appreciated. Hey, my man David Monreal checking in. What's up, man? And Ina Beasley on Facebook. How are you guys doing? All right. So yeah, if you're just joining us, hey, my man, Sean Franklin. What up, man? How's it going? Yes, Court Boys in the building. My man Sean says, Court Boys sucker. That's right. I don't have, look, I jumped onto that. I wasn't, and I don't even have my, I ain't got my sound effects set up or nothing. I ain't got my sampler in front of me. So I'd give you the Court Boys drop. I'd give you the Court Boys drop right now, but I don't have it ready. So yeah, appreciate everybody checking in. So yeah, some interesting, and I'm gonna go through and edit. We're gonna edit that, but he went, and he goes through it very quickly. So again, so if you want to stay up, and be informed on that, I advise you, you follow that guy, subscribe to his YouTube, and because it takes some getting used to. Again, he's very fast with it. So, and you have to be, because again, I couldn't do that. I'd take forever. Y'all, people be cussing me out. Probably what the hell? I mean, people cuss me out already. I take too long. I'm old. I can't remember nothing. So he goes through a lot of data in a very short time. So yeah, if you're not acquainted, I suggest you go to his YouTube channel or wherever he's on Twitch. He's on Facebook too, and get used to. All right, the speed at which he goes through this stuff. But yeah, that's the good thing about the replay, right? So yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah, you good? You good over there, brother? Sean Franklin says he's good. Hey, Derek, what's up? That link. Let me see. I'll have to get that. Oh, what is that group link? Let me see. So I use the software I use won't let me interact with Facebook. Facebook doesn't go two ways we use Restream here. So I can't respond, and I can't click on that link. But like and share this. What is that link for anyway, Derek? Derek dropped the link. It's a group link. What is that? What is that, sir? Yeah, good morning. Good morning in Vegas. Well, it's almost there. It's almost noon. Got started a little early today. Like I said, this wasn't planned. It was, just popped up. He was doing a live update. So if you get a chance, just joining us, go back through, like I said, he's going over basically the earthquake, so how the correlation between these minor earthquakes, okay, the drilling operations along the fault line, how they correspond with the fires, apparently. A lot of interesting info there. Trump exposed. Oh, let me see. Trump exposed. Oh, shoot. Let me see. Let me see if I can. I might have to pull that up then. Exposed of how? Yeah, man. Let me know when you're in town. Shit, you ain't got to be in town. We do it. All I got to do is send you a link, man. You can be on the show. You ain't got to come. You ain't got to come all the way out here to Arizona. Oh, Bob Woodward. Okay, I heard. You know what? And I haven't had. Yeah. Well, you know what's funny about that? What is that? I would expect him to say, yeah, he said something about I can't relate to the, as far as what Black Americans in this situation, and I heard some some snippets, and I heard some other people talking about it. So I don't want to, speak too much on it because I didn't hear it yet. But we'll go over it. We'll go over it. But from what I understand, he just said, "Hey, I don't know. I don't feel, I ain't got no, basically saying he doesn't, feel any responsibility or, something to that effect. And I wouldn't expect anything else. The one thing about Trump, people, at least he's like honest, sometimes. Like something like that, I wouldn't expect him to say anything else. Like, because that's the thing. He just says sometimes in situations like that, he'll say things that other people will not say. They'll say what they think is what people want to hear, and that's what I mean. So I don't want to speak too much on that because I haven't even seen it yet. Came off very blatant. Yes. And I say it, and I say that a lot here. I'd have a lot more respect for these people if they were just, honest. Don't try and shuck and jive. These people, again, they're professionals. Okay. So, again, at least with him, sometimes he just, most of the time he kind of just says what he really wants to say. And I'd rather that than, these people saying one thing one day and then totally flipping the script. Biden Harris, she was calling him out, 2018. Okay. 2018 debates. All right. Did we go over that? No, you know what? I'm working on that. You know what? Let's pull that up. Let me see, and I'll show you. I'm not done with it, but I'm editing it, and oh no, wait. Let me see. Hopefully, I won't break anything. But yeah, Derek. He with Biden Harris now. Kamala Harris. Was basically questioning Joe Biden, and rightfully so, on his position on segregation and some other things. And she actually said, "I don't think you're a racist, but your decisions, decisions you made as far as what supporting segregation or whatever, look like make you look like a racist." So she called him on that, and a lot of other things. They were going at it a couple of years ago, and now it's all good. Biden Harris 2020. They've got the plan. Black people, they got the plan for you. Okay, is what they keep promoting to us. Hey, and so that's my point. Don't be so wishy-washy about it. Good Lord. I mean, they're just getting worse and worse. I know they're professionals, but let me see. But let me pull up. I'm gonna pull up my editor, y'all, and show you the promo. It's almost done. I gotta finish it up, but like I'll say it before I take so long. I take so long with the editing sometimes. It's ridiculous. See. Just waiting for this to load up, y'all. Hopefully I'm not going to break anything. I shouldn't be doing all this while I'm live. But yeah, my man Sean says, let me see. All right, so let me just render all that. Like I said, we're doing something, I don't know, I'm trying to. So if we lose the connection or something, it's because I'm doing too much. But yeah, let me see. My man Sean says, yeah, little brother lives out here. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, holla at your mans. Let me know when you're in town, man. Hang out. We'll hang out. Bring your mask. Just kidding. You know what's funny? I don't. I guess I shouldn't make fun. See people doing interviews. They got the mask on. Like, come on, what are you doing? I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, Derek says politics as usual. Yeah, so that's look. So that's my whole thing with her, especially, is that, man, she just and then you want to talk about blatant when what was it? Some interview, was it Craig Colbert or whatever, that guy with the glasses. And he asked her about that. Say, hey, you guys were going at it a couple of years ago. What's and now, it's everything's cool, basically. And she laughed and said, well, it was a debate. That's all. And that's it. She said she laughed. And I think y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't, should I try and pull it up? Let me see. First, all right. First, here we go. Let me switch screens. Let me go. All right. So here's my editor. Here is, oh, wait. No, it's not even done yet. Never mind. So now, yeah, you want to talk about blatant? It's like, look, she basically said, look, that was a debate. It's a different situation, now. So that, again, that's all that is, with these people. So I don't get, I don't get my feelings as far as what anybody says, that's what I mean. I haven't, but the chatter I've been seeing about the interview, Trump disrespected. Hey, look, he's being honest. At least he's being honest, in my opinion, as to where other people, are blatantly being, trying to deceive you and say things, to try and, deceive you or to get you to think that they're, on your side or whatever you want to call it. And, yeah, flipped script. Yeah. So now it's like you could, but yes, they were going at it. Watch, man, go Google it, y'all. Google those 2018 debates when they were both running for the nomination. Go Google it. And watch, watch how she was, how she was going at him on everything, the harassment issues, racial issues, and now it's like, yeah, like Derek said, politics as usual. But that's at the end of the day, it's business as usual, y'all. So I really don't get my feelings about none of this stuff. I expect these people to do what they do. So that's what they've been doing. One thing's for sure. They've been doing the same thing for as long as we've been, dealing with this situation. So let me play this. Let me see.
This is the Court Boys Radio Show. Experts, political analysis.
One thing I saw yesterday was fucking Heckle and Jekyll or Tweedledee and Tweedledum and shit. And they were talking about every state should mandate that people wear masks everywhere. You know what, Biden? You want to mandate shit to me? How about this? How about you say the alphabet and tell me what city and state you're in? If you get that correct, then we'll think about mandating shit. I'm not taking advice or commands from somebody who doesn't even know what state they're in. Not to mention a racist sex offender. Right, Kamala?
All right. So That's so that's the promo. And I'm not done with it yet. All right. So my bad. And that was Jericho Jones, by the way, another independent citizen journalist. But he basically just gives his opinion. He does his videos. That's the majority. That's what he does. He's driving, he's talking. So that was Jericho Jones. But yeah, business as usual, y'all. Derek say, I've done more for Black Americans than any U.S. president history. Well, the truth is, man, nobody. That's what I mean. Look, if we really want to change things for the better, we have to start doing things differently. We. So that starts with all of us in our own households. And we got to, that's a start here and spread outwards from in here, though, not from out there. That's the thing. And I see it more and more now, as you become more aware, you get older, it's like, yeah, you got these, Charlemagne the God and, P. Diddy and, what you going to do? Come on, Joe Biden, what you going to do for us if we vote for you? And I think that, that's what's the word I'm looking for? The expectation, we shouldn't be expecting. Like, they're not, that's not going to happen. The reason why I say that, I'm not being negative it's just because it hasn't. Okay, we've been going through this over and again. I don't know, I'm 48 years old. And I've, finally come to the point where, well, I did a while back, but where, I say we, these people, people have been asking and what, when we going to address issues, for African Americans, and they have not done it. So it's not just, and shoot, I'm new to the game, this has been going on for a long time. The same thing over and over again. Yeah. But what happens? Nothing. What happens of, anything of substance, anything of, nothing. If you want to talk about, the current, candidates, again, at least Trump was honest back when he was campaigning the first time. I forgot where he was. Was he in Chicago or something? I don't know. And he got up there and said, look, what do you got to lose, black people? What do you got to lose? Vote for me. What do you got to lose? Again, being honest, like, and it's true. But that's the way, so at least he was honest. He didn't promise anything. He didn't promise anything. He didn't, he just said, what do you got to lose? He said, look, I think the only thing he did promise, like, look, I'll try not to make it worse. And at this point, as long as you ain't trying to make it worse, then it's like, okay. So as far as Biden and Harris go, they want to mandate, they want to, nationwide, they're going to do it. If they get elected, they want a nationwide mask mandate in public. So just that alone. I mean, if, you're going to ask me, who would you vote for? Well, I don't want that. And they've already, and they're pushing that. Go to their YouTube channel, y'all. You know what? We'll do it right now. What am I talking about? We'll do it right now. Hang on. I got to close. I guess this is just going to turn into, we're just going to do the show early today, I guess. I was just going to, but since I got YouTube open, let's go to Biden Harris, their official. Let's go to their official YouTube. And they've got a number of different promos for their mask, for their nationwide mask mandate that they're going to implement if if they get into office. My bad, because I saw it yesterday. I was I was doing research for this, for the promo clip I just played for y'all that I'm still editing. It's actually Joe Biden's
My career
channel.
has been
let's see. People like him make it more accessible for crooked lobbyists to have their agenda. So yeah and no. I'll explain why. Like we said before, business as usual. See, things have been operating this way before. I'm assuming, what are you talking about, Trump? Way before Trump got into office. Now, see, the only thing I'll disagree when he was bullshitting everybody was talking about draining the swamp. Okay, that was BS. All right. Why? Because what did he do? He got in the office and he did like anybody else. He brought his friends with him. Okay. Appointed them. Okay, gave them, high, positions. Who's the federal? Anyway, he brought in the banker guy, and from Goldman Sachs. Look. So that was BS. And so I'm not saying, Trump always, none of these people, but sometimes they will tell the truth. Okay. But at the end of the day, you got to expect business as usual. Okay. That's my opinion, because that's what I've seen so far in my life. Yeah, it's pretty pathetic, much more than I've ever seen. Yeah, so for whatever reason, really, things are, moving faster as far as the BS. Like, it's just going, it's like, man, they ain't even trying no more. To where it's just, it's like, man, what's the rush? What's the rush? Why ain't y'all even trying no more to make us think, to try and fool us? So yeah, interesting. My bad. So let's look. Let's look at their. I'm trying to find live streams. Man, where was I? Let me. Just play, just going to show y'all there. Fresh start. Blah, blah, blah. Doggone it, man. Where the hell are those mask mandate promos? They take them down? Shoot, man. Where the heck are they? That's weird. They were all, man, they were here, like on the home page. Like, I just looked at it yesterday.
My career has been about making decisions that impact.
What is this? Socially distanced conversation. How they're going to build better nation, blah, blah, blah. Anyway. I don't see, okay, I guess maybe it's in here. Socially distanced conversations. Where are the mask mandate promos? I can't find them. I don't know. They were here yesterday. But they literally have, campaign promos for the for the mask mandate. At least they did yesterday. I don't see them now. That's weird. They were right here on the front on the home page. I don't know. And people have been talking about what Trump was saying about about the situation, the pandemic or whatever, about, hey, look, he was playing it down, downplaying it. And he didn't, because he didn't act, accordingly. What do you mean? And blah, 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 and lives lost. Look, he did, look, they're acting like they didn't do what they did. They acting like, the economy isn't, they didn't shut everything down and they didn't, put all these mandates in place, and they're acting like none of it, like the way they're talking. He didn't, what else, what more? Just because he said, part of it was, he didn't want to alarm people. Okay. So he wasn't going to be out here, like CNN and all these other, if you watch those people, I mean, they're running some really ridiculous, I don't even know what you want to call it, stories on these platforms. I was watching CNN. Actually, I wasn't. Brian, shout out to Brian from High Impact Flicks. He had pointed it out. They were interviewing this young guy. He's 20 something, and the title was, 20-something-year-old, suffers organ failure after testing negative for COVID. And so basically they had this young guy on there. He did something. He was working outside. Okay. It was hot and he got sick. And so what he described, what probably happened was he suffered from, some kind of heat exhaustion. He ended up going to the hospital. He got tested. He was negative, but then he got worse. So if you know anything about heat exhaustion, heat stroke, severe cases, what happens? Your organs start to shut down. Okay. But the way they were spinning it, and I don't have time to look for that, but this is the type of stuff, but the way they were spinning it again, well, what would you tell young people about COVID? That, they should be worried. Basically, hey, young people don't, because, the general, most young people ain't worried about it. And so that's the type of things they're doing. Okay. Again, trying to alarm people. It's putting it mildly, with these, with these stories. CNN's really bad though. They're really bad. So yeah. So, if you do, that's what I mean. I try to, you just can't keep up. They're 24/7 with that stuff. But, and so it's it doesn't surprise me that a lot of people are, concerned, to say the least. If you're looking at CNN and Fox and, you're looking at, but your local news and you're, believing them, which is you're supposed to. I mean, come on, we all came up, the news, it was supposed to be true. But, you got to be careful now. Because, it's. So there's more going on. Yeah, Derek says it's pretty pathetic overall, much more than I've ever seen. Oh, wait, I think yeah. Yeah, and he says, damn. Yeah, so, those are the type of stories, that they're doing, and it's just they're just going, they're just going nuts with it, trying to scare people. These crazy, and they're not, again, they ain't got nothing to back it up. It's not like they got doctors on there saying, oh yeah, no, it's just it's the reporter, the reporter and the kid and this guy, this young kid. But basically, he had heat stroke, but somehow, they want to try and scare people, saying that. Again, they didn't say it was, COVID, but they're just sitting there, they keep referring to it. What do you think it could have been? Are you more are you more concerned now? Are you going to be more careful now? That type of thing. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing with these stories. Again, trying to alarm people. Yeah, news. Yeah, Derek says news very biased compared to back in the day. Right. So if you rock with us, so what was it? Operation Mockingbird. I think that was back in the '60s when they actually admitted in front of Congress that it's CIA. We got people. We got people in mass media manipulating things. But it's for national security, and so that's when they admitted to it. But like Derek, yeah, I agree with you, Derek. It was more credible. Okay, growing up, I grew up in the '80s and '90s. So when you watch the news, it's like, you could trust it. You could trust it. You could trust what the people were reporting on. And yes, it was more trustworthy years ago. But now, mainstream, it's just, it's very, it's left or right, so yeah, you got Fox on the right, CNN on the left. Same thing, same thing with these, entertainment people and, Trevor Noah's and the, what's the other guy? Like I said, Craig Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel's and who's the other guy? Shoot, can't remember his name. But it's left or right. That's all you get. That's all you get. So people like myself, people like you, Derek, we kind of stand in our own little square. Like, hey, I'm, and the way they kind of, will have you believe that, you have to pick a side. That's what's really, Nowadays, they pushing, there's something wrong with you if, you like Trump. Why you like Trump? No, I don't like Trump. Oh, so you for so-and-so? No, not really. Well, you got to be, it's like there's something wrong with you if you don't pick a side. And that's the BS. That's what, we ain't rocking with that around here. I'll make up my own mind, but I ain't gonna, I ain't gotta claim nobody. I ain't got to co-sign nothing. That's my opinion. And of course, a lot of other people out there, feel the same way. Like, look, and it's too crazy. I have friends that I talk to, family members, in the military, in the legal / politics space, professional people, look, that can't, when we talk, they can't have these types of conversations with, people around them because, people are so divided, it's, liberal, it's liberal, conservative, it's real bad. It's really, really bad now to where, you have to be, in order to operate. So, like I said, you're a professional, you're doing business with people on a daily basis and, to where it'll affect, you can't let it affect your livelihood. So you kind of have to censor yourself. This is what's happening nowadays. So that's why people, friends and family members will call me when they want to have an unfiltered conversation about what's going on because there's not many people they can do that with, without worrying about some repercussions, so like professionally, and socially. So, it's very interesting. And, but that's, especially back East, again, I'm from Connecticut. So, so especially back East where it was all, I can't imagine, like I said, I know how it is because I talk to friends and family back there regularly now and, very divisive, I guess is the word, with this whole thing, left, right, and the Black Lives Matter and all that stuff, interesting. Derek says they exert their opinion versus the facts, then the facts become distorted to support their narrative. Yep, that's pretty much it, man. I agree with that 100%. And again, anybody that disagrees, You're seeing this with the censorship on YouTube. Like, so the people, that we look to get, unbiased, unfiltered information so we can make up, our own minds. We see these people, being censored on these, on here on Facebook and YouTube and, on the big, social media platforms. They're censoring people for, again, pointing out, information, on the CDC website. Like, the only reason why they haven't done it to me yet is because nobody, I don't got, and I appreciate all 10 of y'all. I do. So that's why they haven't, made me go sit down or block my stuff yet. I just don't have the big enough audience, but, there are people out there, that built up and took a lot of time and effort and energy building up their YouTube platforms, and their Facebook platforms, to hundreds of thousands, millions, okay, subscribers, monetize and all that, just to have it all, nope. They demonetize you and then they, just take your channel down, So, that's what's going on. That's what's going on nowadays. So, and yeah, why? Because like you said, Derek, if you have a big enough audience and you're not going along with the narrative, that's what it seems like, that then they start and then they step in, and use these, YouTube's is notorious for this, the community guidelines, hate speech. But it's getting to the point where, like I said, you could go on, if you go on cdc.gov and point out something that they don't want people to, they will take your video down. It's happened, it's happened. Another guy, Jeff Berwick, okay, the dollar vigilante on YouTube. They do it to him all the time. Like it was one of his most recent videos, and that's where and so we talked about it on the show, where the last, they do weekly updates over there at CDC, and in the last one, they slipped in this little tidbit about, it was like 180 total deaths for that week. It was like last week, the last week of August. And then at the end of the report, they slipped in this little tidbit saying, hey, 6%, but only 6% of the total number were attributed to the virus alone. So which means that the people, so only 6% of the people, according to them, died from just the virus alone and not anything else. And if you've ever looked at the CDC information, they've got all these other, they call comorbidities. They got all these categories where people have the virus and something else, could be cancer, could be heart disease, could be whatever. And so, and again, we need to go there with the numbers, because the whole, if you're doing the numbers like that, then of course you're going to have, but it was interesting that even they pointed out that only 6% could be attributed to the virus alone. So, and just for that, they took his video down. And all he did was go to CDC website and read it. So, that's what's going on nowadays. It's too bad. Doesn't look too good. Doesn't look too good for us. This is what's going on now. Yeah, pre-communist conditioning. Yeah, like I said, don't look too good, man. And yeah, so what separates Biden Harris from Trump is that Trump's not saying anything about making it a law to wear a mask nationwide in public, and those two are. So yeah, we definitely, not saying that he wouldn't do it or be forced to do it, but they're gonna do it for sure if they get their way. And then what else? And that's what I mean. What else are they gonna do? Haven't y'all done enough? Good Lord, haven't you done enough already? Apparently not. Ah, man. I'll tell you. I don't know, y'all. Oh, shout out to oh, good Lord. Somebody pointed out the George Floyd trial started today. So shout out to Heather. Heather H, who's usually she supports the show here. So shout out to Heather. She sent me a link this morning. But yeah, the George Floyd. What are they charging those guys with? It's not murder. What is it? Manslaughter or something? I don't know. Anyway, that starts today. So Minnesota, and I guess tensions are high out there, obviously. And I just hope that people, I hope they don't start, acting up, again. There's no need to be tearing shit up and burning shit. Not that I don't, look, if you talk to anybody, like people that live there, like Heather, back when the first round of, riots broke out, you had a lot of people coming in from out of town. You had a lot of celebrities. All right. Nick Cannon was one of them. Coming in and Nick Cannon, yeah, I didn't get a chance to. We was going to talk about that on the show, but other people, in the Minneapolis area, Twin Cities area, were like, well, y'all need to stay home. What are you coming here for? What are you coming, why are you coming here where I live and agitating things? Okay. Anybody that lives there, you talk to anybody that lives in the, nobody was co-signing that craziness. Okay. But yeah, like I said, Nick Cannon, a lot of people were pissed off at him, rightly so, because he showed up, doing photo ops, this is all before he got in trouble on his, but he was on Instagram, with the riot police behind him, and he can't breathe shirt on, all that silliness, man. That's, come on. That's no. And that's not just me. That's people that, that were, that lived there. We're like, hey, we don't need your help. Well, we don't need, if that's what you want to call it. I don't know. He might have, you could go to his, let me see. You know what? Let's do that. Let's pull up Instagram and see. But see, he got in trouble, with that Professor Griff. Professor Griff was on his show. Professor Griff didn't get him in trouble. Nick Cannon, Big Mouth, got him in trouble. So, and he went nuts and scrubbed a lot of stuff from his Instagram. But let me see if I could pull it up and show y'all. I know I downloaded a bunch of those pictures. Like I said, we were going to talk about it on the show, but then, things been moving so fast, y'all. Let's see. Nick Cannon. I know I'm following him, so Nick Cannon. Let's pull him up. Let's see if we can find any of those old pictures in his feed. Let's see. We would have to go back though, but you know what? Good Lord. Is that it? All right, that's one of them. That's it. Man, wait a minute, that can't be it. Really? He took down all those pictures? That's weak. Well, no, like I said, all right. All right, so now he's going to make me, I'm going to have to, because, yeah, and it's a good thing. And look, that's what you got to do with these people, because that's what they do. They'll go up here, rah, 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 and say some shit, and then all they got to do is scrub their, scrub. And then you can't find it no more. Let me see. Where did I put those pictures? Let me see. Shoot, I can't remember, y'all. I can't remember where I have them. Shizzle my nizzle. Let me see. Shoot. Man, I got to get my stuff organized. I know I have them, but anyway. So yeah. So shout out to people in Minnesota. Don't let outsiders don't, hopefully, we don't have any more issues out there. From this trial. Like I said, I think it's a pre-trial just started for the George Floyd, the police involved in that one. Oh man, where are those stupid pictures at? I don't know. I can't remember, y'all, where they're at. Might be in my downloads folder. I don't know. My bad, y'all. Because I wanted to show y'all the effery again. Not saying that Nick Cannon, wasn't sincere or anything, but again, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. If you've seen him, I think some of y'all might have seen, the pictures that he posted. From the first riots there, and like I said, he was doing all these photo ops, being all dramatic. That's the thing, and that's the thing about people that lived there weren't happy with that. Lovely T on YouTube. She does a real good job with the entertainment and the social media forensics is what I call it. And she's from the Twin City area. She's from Minneapolis, and yes, and she was saying, she herself was unhappy with Nick Cannon and all these other celebrities, but him especially, for kind of taking advantage, right, and using that as promo opportunity, and because again, people these people show up wearing all black. With gas masks on, with military grade gas masks, and and they start breaking stuff and tearing stuff up and writing BLM everywhere. Who are these people? That's from her. That's from people that were there. Okay, and she has and that's why I have all these pictures. We'll go through it. I gotta find them. There's video and pictures though of people running around. And it's like, wait a minute. Stop that. And people. Citizens. The citizens that are there, like, hey, what are you doing? Guy's got a sledgehammer, he's got a backpack, got an umbrella, he's all black, and they're like, hey, get out of here, strange, not strange, but yeah, people, outsiders, agitators, whatever you want to call them, it's documented. These people were there, tearing shit up. So yeah, got to be careful. So yeah, be careful out there in Minneapolis. Derek says he conceded to his original statement. Who? My bad, y'all. Which one you referring to? Yeah, I'm not sure. I went rambling. I was rambling, so I'm not even sure who you're referring to, Derek. But that's funny. Nick Cannon took all that stuff, all that BLM and I Can't Breathe. Man, he had a bunch of. It's all gone. It's all gone except for this one. This is the only one. Man, why'd you take all the other pictures down, man? Come on, Nick. Why'd you take them all down? And again, he did a little poem here. This is what this is. A little poem thing. I get it. But, when people's homes are being, and communities are being torn up and burnt down, ain't nobody trying to hear this. Ain't nobody trying to hear your creative poetry. Is basically what people are like, yo, get out of here. Get out of here. Everybody get out of here. That's funny though. Yeah, he took all those other pictures down. And like I said, he got in trouble. He got in trouble for saying some stuff. They threatened threatened to take away his paycheck. So he had to reconsider. And apparently, he went, basically, the Jewish community came after him for some things he said. And so he had to backtrack and apologize. And at first, he's like, no, I'm standing behind what I say, yada, yada. But it didn't last. It lasted for all like 2 minutes. And then he backtracked. He had the rabbi on and they had a conversation. Apparently he was writing book reports, Hey, entertainers, you do what you do, man. I'm not, I try not to be too judgmental, but again, stay in your lane. And that's what other people were saying with Nick when he got into trouble, when he had Griff on his show and said talking about the Caucasus Mountains and, trying to get all like, again, trying to impress Professor Griff is basically what he was trying to do, what a lot of people think he was doing, and me included, trying to do. And like Griff was like, yo, man, I've been there, done that, man. I did that back in the 80s, so, and that, and I think he told him that, like, look, man, they came after me back in the 80s for the, so if you know what's good for you, slow your roll. But didn't listen, he wanted to show how smart he was when it comes to Europeans' origins and whatever they were talking about. And and they made him sit down real quick, changed his mind real quick. Lesson to that is stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, man. If you really ain't about that life, and if you really ain't independent like that, you can't. So you just can't do that. I mean, do it. If you're gonna stand by it, that's fine. But see, he didn't do that. He folded. He folded. Oh, okay, yeah, Nick Cannon. Yeah, okay. So you talk about okay. Yeah, right. He conceded. All right. Yes, exactly. He went back, backtracked, apologized, all that stuff. Then why'd you even open your mouth, man? That's my thing. Like, why? What do you? I don't know. Like, part of me is like, are they? They do this on purpose so that they can, be used as an example. Like, is that what they have to do? The tinfoil hat now in full effect. Because how are you sitting up there? What, like thinking this is, like, that's what I mean. Like Nick Cannon's class, like, again, who is it? Viacom, owns that, cuts his check. Who runs Viacom? And you're going to get up there, get blackity black on them, huh? And expect, think it's okay? Think they ain't going to say something to you? Hey. So he totally folded backtracked and did everything else, pretzel, whatever they wanted him to do. Please, don't fire me. Yeah, Derek says celebs are conditioned to think they are to do the right thing outside of living in that truth. Yeah, well, again, look, yeah, I agree with part of celebrities, as far as what they do, and so celebrities like Nick Cannon. Okay, I rock with some of them. I mean, Nick Cannon's an intelligent cat. Okay, let's get that out of the way. I'm not like I'm not anti-Salt. I'm not anti-Nick Cannon. Not like that. I'm not anti-anybody. Well, nobody like that. I mean, look, again, that's the game. That's the game you play. That's the game you play. I ain't mad at you. Okay. I just, I understand. I try to understand what it's about, and so if I have a decent understanding of what you're doing, how the game is played, yeah, I'm not gonna get in my feelings, so people like Nick Cannon, again, cool, cool brother. Like I said, very intelligent cat. He's sincere, as far as trying to do the right thing or be positive or whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, when a situation like that happens, and you just like I said, he was 10 toes in like the first day, like, hey, I'm not apologizing. I said what I said. It's all documented. Which whatever, or but like I said, it lasted for a hot 5 minutes, and then here he goes backpedaling, and so again, you just lose credibility at when you do things like that. In my opinion, I'm sure most of y'all would agree with me. So that's what I mean. So I tend to take all everything these people say. You got to take at least I do, take with a grain of salt. Okay. Don't mean what they're saying ain't true. Don't mean that they might not believe it or be sincere about it. But again, I gotta, make my own decisions. I gotta evaluate things on my own and come to my own conclusions. But some of these people, yes, they're propped up in front of us, and a lot of people just follow, right? A lot of people just follow when it comes to celebrities and all this stuff, So when I see, like let's talk about the mask campaigns again. Lady Gaga, good Lord. So the MTV, the VMAs or whatever were last week. Lady Gaga out here. She got all the crazy masks. They got horns coming out of them, looking like whatever, Illuminati, whatever. Let's pull up that nonsense. Let's pull that up. Lady Gaga. Let's see. Since we're on Instagram, let's see. See if we can pull it up on Instagram. What is she? Don't follow her on Instagram. I really don't. Yeah, I really don't even want to look at this craziness. But I want to see some of the masks. But she's up, so again, she's up there, Ariana Grande, but mask up and, and because, if you don't, you're, I can't remember it. So good Lord, I might have to just pull it up. But basically, and that's the narrative they're pushing. Here we go. So yeah. So like this, be yourself. But wear a mask. See, that's what I'm talking about. Whatever. And so celebrities like this, like the Lady Gaga's out here pushing this, okay, this mask narrative or whatever you want to call it, agenda. Be yourself, wear a mask, wear a mask, be considerate to your neighbor. That's what, again, that's what they want you to believe. You're being inconsiderate. You're endangering other people, if you don't wear a mask. Come on, man. Miss me with that BS. All right. And, she was up there at the VMAs and did a whole spiel, mask up. I'm looking for some I don't see. That's funny. She ain't got none of her VMA. She had some crazy masks on. Anyway, that's, so that's, celebrities and stuff. Unfortunately, people, that's what they do. They will follow. They will listen to a Lady Gaga. They will believe what a Lady Gaga says. They will believe that. And I'm here to, so. Let me see. But yeah. And then Derek says it was a dumb thing to say. Yeah, you talking about Nick Cannon? Again, and we, obviously we support free speech around here. Okay. So, yeah, it was a dumb thing to say, knowing that your employer probably ain't going to like you can't talk shit about your employer to his face, in a general sense. So that's what I mean. It's a dumb thing to say that, yeah, okay, when you sitting there and yes, they could come after you and, financially, right? Yes, that is a dumb thing to say. What he was talking about, we ain't got time to look that up, y'all. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Nick Cannon. The Nick Cannon controversy, whatever you want to call that. I don't know. Part of me thinks it was staged, planned, just to show people, again, stay in your lane. Derek says he should have known that there would be repercussions. Right, talking about, again, when your employer, when somebody, has that leverage over you, say, hey, you can't say that. You can't say that, man. We pay your salary. You can't do that. So yes, you can't. So some shit you just can't do, And yeah, he should have known better. It's kind of strange. So that's why part of me is like, man, was that some kind of setup? The okey doke, yes. Yeah, again. See, the issue that, from what I can see, is that people just believe one side of things. Like Derek says, they believe Trump. Just goes to show you, yes, some people believe Trump, and that's it. I believe Trump. I believe a lot of the shit he says. But, not just that. You got to be able to, disseminate all the shit, and make a, informed decision. But the issue, it seems like, and I've seen this in real life, okay, on the plantation. All right. Being around, people that, yes, very, people pick one side, right? They follow, and they believe one set of facts or, one perspective, and that's the issue. That's that, so when you walk up, I don't, they instantly, some people, instantly confront, confrontational and, oh, well, you're a, I don't even know, whatever, you're the other, you're a libtard and you're a, what do they call it? Right. What do they even call? That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't, but you're that. So I can't talk to you. You're that. So you're a piece of shit, and it's just, yeah, and it's too bad. It's too bad that people are, acting that way. Not saying that people haven't, they've always been that way, but now it's a lot more, it's a lot worse, in my opinion. And you guys can let me know what you think, what you see. That's what I mean. What do you see? What do you see around you? How are the people, that's all I have to go off, man. I gauge things, sure. I look at information, on the internet, on the news, and and I listen to people, and I in the real world, and you gotta, and it's very interesting. But because of, so I already know. So, like I'll give an example. Like I was in the Wendy's not too long ago, and there was a football game on the TV playing. And, and there was a guy sitting there. I said, "Hey, is that?" So I'm looking and I'm like, "Is that, is that a real game, or, they got the cardboard cutouts up there?" He's like, "Oh no, it's a replay." But then, we started talking about, okay, well, yeah, what's gonna, I was like, so, how's that gonna work? How's that gonna work? How is football and pro sports and all this stuff, as far as the live part of it, how is it gonna work? And we started talking about it. And then he started talking about, the virus, and well, we know this, and so if they could do this, this, and this, so my point is, you could tell right away, when you start talking to people, what they believe, right? Their position, their perspective. So, it's like, okay. And, and so based on that, that's, it's like, all right. Based on the perspective you have, dictates, how much interaction I can have with you, as far, that's what I mean. So if you're, there's always so we could only talk about so much if if you're focused on whatever, only focused on so that's all. And that's how I go about as far as interacting with people. That's that's how it pretty much works for me. Yeah, Derek said, well, it set us back, right? Well, who? Nick Cannon set us back? I disagree. I don't think Nick Cannon set us back. If that's what you're talking about, Derek. I don't, let me know. But yeah, the two-party system, right. And again, growing up, it wasn't so much, it wasn't so much of a big deal. Like, it's just different. And look, it's just different now. I don't know what else to tell you. But those of us, who've been around for a minute, talking about, media and the news, and everything, everything was a little bit more trustworthy. Politics was a little more believable. As far as, the people acted like they knew what they were doing. And now, again, now it's Twitter, now basically Twitter at POTUS, Twitter is a authoritative source for new, literally, interesting, to say the least. To say the least. So yeah, Nick Cannon, Nick Cannon can't. Again, he's just an example. Okay, I'm not picking on Nick Cannon, but Nick Cannon, these other celebrities, Lady Gaga, they can only do as much damage as we allow them. Okay, so I forget. I want to say Batista. Again, they got these other, as far as the mask thing goes, the mask agenda, they got these other celebrities on there, doing like she is. Be yourself, but wear a mask. Be considerate. Don't be an a-hole. Wear a mask. Like, like those one of those wrestler guys. I can't remember if it was Batista. One of them dudes. It's like, blah, 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 mask up, But if, I know better. So we're not listening to them, So my point is they can only, yes, if they're influencing a lot of people, if people are believing what they say, then yes, they're doing damage. And that's the whole point. Okay. That's why they do what they do. All right. Let's not get it twisted. All right. Let's not get it twisted. All right. So if you're actively participating in that type of foolery, then I see you. Okay. And I know what you're about. And that's all it is to it. The more other people, can like realize that, and basically, just move accordingly, we'll be a lot better off. And and part of it, I have some, I have some optimism because I think, because the fact that they're going real hard with it, I think might be because people aren't rocking with the nonsense. I think they know this. Most people are not. So that makes me a little bit optimistic that, because they are going hard, okay, with these agendas, the mask one especially. All right, they're going hard with it. And the fact that they're going so hard and they're pulling out all the stops, so at least what they can. So yeah, if you're a celebrity, man, if you don't want to, like Diddy's real close. Like we got a lot of, look, man, where's my Diddy stuff? Come on, I got Bad Boy. I mean, come on, man. Hold up. Pull out my Diddy vinyl. Look, but Diddy's one of those guys where I'm like, man, and we rock with Diddy, man. We rock with Bad Boy. All right, come on, the golden era. Made a lot of good contributions. But when I see him up here, with the with the politics stuff. Not just that, but like with the Kaepernick, controversy. You running around, again, just kind of, taking advantage of you talk about, yeah. I think he was saying something about he was going to try to buy the Carolina Panthers or something, And if you know anything about, it's not happening. But, the stuff like that where he's kind of in there just agitating things. He's not being sincere, in my opinion. But he's got people riled up, That's where, that's where I'm looking at you sideways, you know what I mean? Let me see. Maybe he didn't, but white people already believe they are superior and they were just 5%. Even. Look, that's what I mean. I don't even know enough. All right, to like, I don't know enough about that to even have that conversation. But that's what I mean. Now Nick Kennedy does obviously, he knows, when he was talking about that stuff, he knows about it. But again, if you can't talk about it without worrying, without getting, the shit scared out of you when your boss calls, then then don't do it, son. That's it. Don't do it. So yeah. So, I guess all I'm trying to say is, look, you got to take, just don't be so quick to follow, and believe everything these people say, especially when it comes to these celebrities and stuff. Not bad, I got my monitor in the corner there. I need a new stand for my stuff. So yeah. Let me see. Let's take a look. Let's see what's trending. Let's jump on. Speaking of Twitter, let's jump on Twitter. Should we? I don't know. Who's on Instagram? I got some software that we can use to go live on Instagram now. And I'm debating whether I should even get into it. What do y'all think? Should we go on? Should we try to jump on Instagram too? So Derek says, with all that money, he should be a boss. So he should be the boss. So yeah, so I'm assuming you're talking about Nick, still talking about Nick Cannon. So here's the thing. That's what I mean. Like, why isn't he like, it's Cannon's class, okay, his podcast. But, he's, again, the Viacom is the parent company of whatever. It's just, I don't know. But that's what I mean. The deal he's got is with Viacom. So he's not independent. He has to answer to them. That's what all this was about. So, yeah, good question. That's very, or a good statement. With all that money, why don't, yes, you've got enough. It seems like, would you have as much reach, if he totally went independent? That's what I mean, man. Like, look, if you want to be that guy, Nick Cannon, you want to talk about where white people came from and the Caucasus Mountains and all this other, you want to talk about that stuff, then yeah, you need to be independent, man. You can't be talking about that stuff on somebody else's platform, somebody else cutting your check. You better go get a deal with you better get a distribution deal, you better holler at Farrakhan and them and get with the nation and get a deal with them if you want to, if you don't want to get in trouble when you talk about it. But as far as like, yeah, why ain't you independent? Exactly. Good question. Yeah, why ain't you, if you want to talk about that type of stuff and be, and not have to worry about any repercussions. I guess, and all that came out, and then I guess he doesn't even, like, they own that brand, like the Wild 'N Out brand. He doesn't even own that. He was talking about trying to sue to get the right. It's like too late, man. Like, you already done did the. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. So that's where they get no. He gets no like sympathy or anything. Like, it's like, man, don't come out now talking about you. You want the rights to your brand. You should have never signed them away in the first place. In my opinion. That's just me. I don't know. What's trending on Twitter, people? Let me see. So I follow there's some good people we follow on Twitter. One of them's called Spiro. Let me see. So here's Spiro. He says, pop this, do it bigger. Let's make that bigger. So QAnon. So for those who don't know, I don't even have time. I mean, I know a little bit about the QAnon movement. All right. Trump is it's kind of, but anyway, some people think that whole thing. And there are YouTubers, there's dudes on there. Maybe one day we'll jump on. It's just, you want to talk about the rabbit hole, y'all. And I just can't. I can't, or else I won't get anything done. You go down that rabbit hole, good Lord. But anyway, QAnon is a psyop. All right. Trust the plan. That's one of the things they always say. Like, so for those who don't know, okay, QAnon, as much as it's where, okay, Trump is he's like trying to secretly And QAnon is, like there's these messages. What's the platform? 5chan. These message boards. This person's anonymous source posts. Okay, these messages. About government, about what Trump's doing, but basically the whole idea is Trump's working to, dismantle, okay, the shadow government, the whatever. What do they call? What's the other name for it? I'm talking about the deep state. Deep state. That's what I was looking for. So, in the QAnon community follows that narrative, okay, and it's based on these messages. And maybe one day, like I said, I don't get enough done as it is, man. That's why I can't can't do it. Can't do it with you people. But it's very interesting. Okay. But here, so that's what Spiro's talking about here. But then the other people are like, look, that's just a plant. That's a psyop. So that's what QAnon, again, the layers, man, the rabbit hole's deep. The layers are infinite. What did Shrek, what did Shrek say? The layers, the onion. I'm like an onion, and there's layers. So trust the plan. This is the QAnon, that's what they always say. Trust the plan. Yeah. So stay home, quarantine, watch Netflix. Nobody. So that's the thing. It's like, wait, trust the plan. He's going to fix it. That's basically what they're talking about with the QAnon stuff. Trump is going to fix it, and he's doing it, covertly. But yeah, Spiro says here, it's a psyop. Don't believe the hype. Nobody's coming to save you. Get off your couch and do something. And I would tend to rock with that. Let's like that one. I would tend to rock with that. Other than sitting around waiting for Trump, to destroy the establishment from the inside. It is what it is, man. It's conspiracy files, man. The conspiratorium is interesting, man. What else they got here? Spiro does here's a good one. This guy didn't do 9/11. And it's funny, man. It's funny that nobody's talking about 9/11 anymore. And they don't want you to. They do not want you to. I just saw something crazy that not crazy, but speaking of Bin Laden, his niece is supporting somebody. I don't know if it's Trump or Biden, but I saw. That popped up in my feed or something yesterday, and I just didn't get a chance to pull it up. Let me see. But yeah, 9/11. A lot of questions. All right, if you're gonna agree on anything, all right, you have to agree that there are a lot of questions that haven't been answered. All right, about what went down. All right, that's just the fact. All right, the explanation, that they gave us, that this guy did it, this guy, and, a few other guys, like 10 other guys, and he orchestrated it and ran it all from, come on, man, come on. And if you really look, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. Okay, it doesn't add up. The official explanation. Again, we ain't got time. We ain't even got time for all that. But if you want to get caught up on that, who's got a good mini-series, docu-series? Go to High Impact TV. All right. He did, Brian did a whole mini-series about the events of 9/11. And again, a lot of things that people don't know about, okay, that weren't talked about in mainstream media. HighImpactTV.com. That's the only place you can get it on his website. You can't. They took all that stuff down from YouTube. You used to have it on YouTube. They took it all down. All right. HighImpactTV.com. You know what? We'll just we reference his stuff a lot here on the show. So gotta represent. Give him a shout out. So High Impact TV, 7-day free trial. It's subscription based, but it's only $2.99. You do $2.99 a month, or like $29.99 for the year. But yes, so I came over, and subscribed to him. And truth be told, because this is where we'll see. Hopefully, you don't have any issues. But yeah, HighImpactTV.com. If you want to get caught up on, on all that stuff, 9/11, and man, there's so many questions, dude. So many questions. And it's funny how nobody, why talking about it? Nothing to see here, people. Nothing to see here. Yeah, man. I'm hip. Get hip, y'all. Let me see if I could find. Like I said, that thing popped up, and I don't know. I'm assuming it was real. Let me see. Bin Laden's niece. Bin Laden's niece. I saw, like I said, it popped up in my feed. Somebody's niece is supporting somebody. Okay, here we go. Yeah, New York Post. All right. 6 days ago. 3 days ago. Yes, so she's supporting Trump. Okay. She is supporting Trump. Let's pull this up, y'all. Bin Laden's niece. 33. 33-year-old, how do you pronounce? Good Lord. I hate going to these websites. Kill me, the pop-ups. Bin Laden niece says only Trump can prevent another 9/11. I got news for you. Too late. All right, too late. Too late, lady. It's already going down. Ain't nobody preventing shit. What's wrong with these people? What's wrong with these people, Derek? Derek, you said you hip, man. Are you hip to this? What's wrong with these people, man? What the hell are they talking about? That's funny. And that, that just look, for me, that's what I'm saying. That's like the icing on the cake. If it was true, what he did, if he was responsible for 9/11, she got. Oh, I just seen that right. Oh, good Lord, I didn't even see that. She got the MAGA hat on. Yo, are you serious right now, y'all? I didn't know. And today, oh my goodness, I didn't know today is 9. It's 9/11. It's the 11th today. My bad. I didn't even know. That's funny. That's funny that we come. She got the MAGA hat on. Oh, good Lord. That's the part of me. I think that's what I'm saying. These people are just playing games with us. Oh, man. Am I even going to read any of this article? Should I? I haven't even had my coffee yet. Like I said, I jumped up, man. the Earth, Dutchsinse was doing the live earthquake and fire update. So I just put that on. I wasn't even dressed. I started the coffee, didn't even get my coffee yet. And then, but I remember seeing this yesterday. So, oh my gosh, what are they talking about here? So her name's Noor bin Laden. Another 9/11 style attack may just be around the corner if Joe Biden is elected, warns Noor bin Laden, the niece of the mastermind. So really, why are we listening to this person? Who asked her? Like, New York, that's what I'm saying. Look, I already know what this is, in my opinion, all right? This is funny, y'all. Trump has shown he protects America and us by extension from foreign threats by obliterating terrorists at the root before they get a chance to strike. Bin Laden's niece told the New York Post in her first ever interview. So she's saying he's, and again, how does this make sense? This is what I'm talking about, y'all. This is craziness. My bad. I'll blow that up. My bad. I didn't have it. This is craziness. All right. So again, they're related and they spell their name differently. Okay, whatever. Then blah, blah, blah. Her uncle. But I guess that's her uncle. Bin Laden was her uncle. She lives in Switzerland, but said she considers herself to be an American at heart. A full-size U.S. flag hung in her childhood room at the age of 12. And her dream vacation is an RV trip across America. Oh, you haven't done that yet? Why not? Again, for those who don't know, again, Bin Laden, look. These people are well off. So again, what's stopping you from taking an RV trip? Why is that your dream vacation? That makes no sense. But she was born. Okay, the stunning Swiss-born Bin Laden says she's all in for Trump. Again, she lives in Switzerland, so why are we even talking? Is all in for Trump 2020, calling the election the most important in a generation. I've been a supporter of President Trump since he announced he was running in the early days of 2015. I've watched from afar and admire this man's resolve, she said. He must be reelected. It's vital to the future of not only America, but Western civilization as a whole. She goes on to say, you look at all the terrorist attacks that have happened in Europe over the past 19 years, they have completely shaken us to the core. Radical, that term has completely infiltrated our society, she continued. In the U.S., it's very worrying that the left has aligned itself completely with the people who share that. So again, this is all, obviously she's a team, she's team Trump. Good Lord. So that's, again, so for me, y'all, look, that's all part of the BS. All right. But this is funny. This is really funny to me. Again, that's what I mean. Like, they're going hard. They're going so hard with it. Why I don't even understand. Again, if this man is responsible, all right, for the attack, and killed all those, if he's directly responsible is what they told us, why are we even talking to his niece? Like, if we really believe that New York Post, why are y'all even? But yet, but okay, so they want us to, she's supporting Trump. I guess any support is good support. I don't understand that at all. That's funny. Derek said that's conspiracy in itself. The MAGA hat. Let's destroy America and make it better. Well, yeah, that might be partially true. I mean, that's what's happening. And that's what they're talking about, right? The Great Reset. So what's happening right now? Because of the germs in the air. Economy, economy, whatever. Decimated, disrupted, whatever you want to call it. And what are they talking about? The WHO and the World Economic Forum, the Great Reset. Okay, look, this is what they're saying, not me, y'all. This is what they're saying. We can go back to YouTube and see that promo. We talked about it the other day. Look, that's what they're talking about. Again, that's the agenda they're pushing. The Great Reset. So now it's an opportunity, y'all. To reset, and do things better. And yeah, I agree with you on that, Derek. Yes, they are tearing shit down, all the way down. To put what in place is the question. What are they going to replace it with? We're going to reset. All right, we're resetting everything. And part of that, look, and again, we talk about it on the show, okay? All right, the digital currency that they're rolling out. Oh, shoot. I can't remember it. But, oh, man. Shoot. We talked about it on the show. I have to look it up. I can't remember. But look, Microsoft, all the major banks. I can't remember the name of it. Good Lord. But look, so that's part of it. They're rolling out the new just digital currency, going digital. See, here's the thing. We're already there. We've been, come on. What do you primarily use? If you're like most of us, you primarily use your debit card. Nobody really uses cash anymore. Okay? So all that has been in place. And now, but now again, it's okay. And now they're telling us, it's front facing. All right, this is what we're going to do. So the reset, that's part of it. The currency. Going all digital. And left, right, Crips, Bloods. Yes. Heaven, hell, Democrats, Republicans. Right. Yep. ABC, CBS, NBC. Right. Effing it up. Yeah. China, Russia. So yeah, I guess Vegas, one of the only places. Yeah. Y'all cats still carry cash in Vegas. Yeah. That makes sense. But most everywhere else, man. Like if I'm in Vegas, but that's why I don't gamble or nothing. So I won't have cash on me anyway. But for the most part, the point is, it's ones and zeros, in the computer. Bill Gates could not go to the banks, and extract, that's what I mean. He couldn't extract, well, how much is he worth? Nobody can, nobody, none of these people, Elon Musk, can you go and, I want $1 billion. This is not, it's not there. So yeah. Yeah, dinosaurs. Yeah, man, it's time. You know what, man? That's what I mean. Like, yeah. Start investing, man. Get you some, precious metals or something. Because, yeah, you're going to be standing there. If you hold that cash too long, you might be standing there. Might be too late. You might want to, convert that. You might want to convert that cash into, get yourself some gold or something. Real quick. And if you don't know how to convert some of that fiat cash into something that's, that we know, just like the Caucasus Mountains, just like Nick Cannon talked about the Caucasus Mountains. Caucasus Mountains. We know that gold from the beginning of time. Gold, silver, okay, precious metals have been universal, okay, holding their value, okay, since the beginning of time. So if you don't have any gold, here's a site that we recommend to get started. All right, tradegoldatm.com. And, how to get started, all right? For free, man. Look it up. Get you some gold, man. Get you some silver. Like, you buy it and you actually, they'll ship it to you. Because, man, shit might hit the fan and, your money you might not be able to, it might not be as useful to you. So it's good to start, having plan accordingly. All right. Get you a backup. Start coming up with plan B. Trust me, I'm horrible, y'all. I'm not ready, but I'm trying to get ready. So tradegoldatm.com. That's what's up. Get you some. I got mine's on the way. I got me some, and as soon as I get it, I'll show it to y'all. But yeah. Bitcoin, and Bitcoin too. So but again, because of the digital, again, get you some Bitcoin too. Get you some, some crypto. Get into that. Start diversifying is the point. All right. No disclaimer. No, we don't give financial advice here. Nothing like that. But general rule of thumb. Diversify your portfolio when it comes to your investments, right? So, get you some. It's time, like I said, I've never thought about it, didn't think I needed to, but with the way things are going, why not? Okay, and not just gold, silver, but shoot, man, you learn how to grow some food. Like I got these things. I'm gonna show them to you. These little tower, indoor garden things where you can grow, grow all your vegetables indoors. All right. Doing things like that. Cause food's going up. I just don't like going to the store because I'm not trying to put no mask on. And, so I don't go unless I absolutely have to. And most of the time I don't. But some of the Walmarts, they actually have police in there. So if I have to go into Walmart, I put on my mask because I don't, again, I'm not looking for trouble. All right. I don't want the goons, which is interesting to me. Yeah. I went. And so I haven't been back since. I went in there and I saw, the cops walking around. Like again, why you got cops in Walmart for? I mean, whatever, man. Look, but my neighborhood grocery store, I'm in and out. And most of the time, nobody give you a hard time. But you go into some of these places, they got, and they might have people at the door enforcing it. When I say people, I mean law enforcement. They're doing that in some places. So get you, get your skills up. Get you some, again, get that plan B, whatever that is for you. Bitcoin's volatile, but, again, it's, the markets in general and, Tesla keeps going up, Apple keeps going up. We ain't got time for that. I have to do some more research. But stocks, if you're not trading, get in there. ConscientiousCapitalInsights.com. Links in the description. I think yes. Click the link, you get a free stock. Open up your Webull account with my link in the description, and get a free stock worth up to, I forget how much, could be worth up to a few $100 or something. But you get some free stock for signing up. And the one thing about the market is that yes, money's still being made. That's the way it's always been though. See, I'm new to this. It's like y'all. And no matter what, actually certain people make more money in times like this. Okay. History shows us. Okay. So be aware, people. Be aware. But yeah, it's volatile. Everything is, but that's no excuse not to get in there and and get you a piece. You know what I mean? That's what keeps a lot of us away. Oh my God, it's so crazy. It's so risky. Everything's risky. Again, but that, if you don't take a risk, some sort of risk, you don't reap the benefits. So, everything can't be 100% safe. I mean, it can. You could just go to the plantation every day. It's what I used to do. I still have to do it sometimes. You could just be safe, go to the plantation every day and hope for the best. Hope these people are going to look out for you like they say they are and keep you safe. Or, you could start planning on taking care of yourself or having a plan to take care of yourself and your family, right? Derek says non-universal products that are popular are increasingly more expensive. So it's weird, but so again, the thing, and now they're talking about, and they're pushing that out there now. Hey, it's going to affect the food distribution chain, really? Or is it people? Just like this whole thing, the shutdown, who did that? People did that. Okay. Politicians shut things down. Okay. So now they're talking about, it's going to could affect. Look, we haven't even seen like the total, like what's going on right now. It's not like the negative effects are, we haven't seen nothing yet. Okay. From this type of economic worldwide. Okay. We're not just talking about the United States. We're talking about everybody. Everybody decided to shut, their shit down. And so the worldwide economy, again, hence the Great Reset that they keep talking about. So not like I said this years ago, I said this back when people were making a big, were upset that Trump won. I said it then, I will say it now. It's not about you should be more concerned with what comes after. What's coming after the Trump administration. Okay. It's more is what I'm concerned with than what Trump is doing or has done. That was never my concern. Okay. It was always, man, all right. What's coming? And that's the $1 million question. And now we're almost there, y'all. We're about to find out. Get ready. Yeah, certain, but this whole thing, like the economic shutdown is, food distribution, the same thing. It's not, it's, people are causing this. So we'll see. Hopefully. But, I like you, I'm sure you probably noticed, just like I have, prices are going up. All right. We'll see how bad it gets. Hopefully it doesn't get bad, but like I said, we're not, we haven't begun to see all of the negative effects, okay, from what's going on. Got to be able to absorb the risk. Yes. Yeah. When it comes to, your portfolio, income, stocks, whatever, right. Any kind of investment. Other than, gold, silver, it's never, you're cool with gold and silver as far as, it's never, I don't know. But yes, with stocks and, right, you have to, factor that in, right. Don't risk more than you can afford to lose, right. That's it. But that's it, okay? So as long as, you do your due diligence, again, you'll be profitable. Okay, that's how other people, that's why people are, there are people out there right now that are just like we're sitting down here, in the corner, waiting for the sky to fall, right? There are other people like Elon Musk, and these other people that got a care in the world. Things couldn't be better. Okay? Perspective is everything. Perspective is everything. Let me see. Derek says end of the end. That's not he didn't mess up that bad. Nobody could mess up that bad. What was that? Is that my doorbell? I think they're at my door, y'all. Hang on. I thought I heard my doorbell. Nobody out there though. Strange. I don't got no Amazon deliveries coming, so. Texas end of the world. They're not done yet. The only reason why I say that is because they're not done yet. Okay, they're not done. How do I know this? Shoot, they didn't set it. They haven't. We haven't seen the reset yet. We haven't seen this new digital currency yet that they're going to roll out. We haven't seen it. They're not done yet. Now, could something else happen? Sure. But no, not they're not done yet. So it ain't going to be the end of the world after the election. I don't think so. I think we got a little bit more time. Oh, man. Let me see. Derek says he's got too many folks fooled and people's ignorance is the cause. Humanity has declined drastically. Yeah, like anything else, again. They're fooling a lot of people out here. They have been. They've been fooling us for a long time. So we'll see. And that's what I mean, and so like Derek, sounds like you're putting you're blaming Trump specifically for a lot of things. Not saying that you're sitting, if you're sitting in the highest office, okay, you're accountable. I get it. But, he just, again, he's just doing his job. Just like, Obama and Bush, Reagan, the other Bush, they're just doing their job. It's only, they got 8 years max. And then, that's the thing. Nothing changes. See, the people change, but the system keeps on, everything keeps rolling. Okay. Because that's the way it was designed. It was designed to function a certain way. Okay. And that's what it does. Don't matter who's in there. At least from where I'm sitting. Don't matter who's sitting in there. Things keep rolling. Everybody thought, I remember when Obama got elected. Good Lord, black folks was, I think we were on the radio. Yes, we were the Court Boys radio show. We were on the radio in Vegas. Power 88. And yes, good Lord, black folks was really thought that things were going to change for us. And now we see, and now that we can look back, what really changed? Nothing. Nothing at all. Business as usual up in there. All right. And I think that's around the time when I realized after, that's when I started. That's when it started to click for me that, hey, you know what? It's the same. It's the same. MC Ren, I got that 12-inch somewhere. Same old shit, it's called. Same old shit. Every day and every night. That's it, man. It's the same old, man. Same old. Let me see. You gonna get mad at China and press the reset button on that ass. Just like Hiroshima. Look, ain't nobody. Look here. That's what I mean, and that's the thing about the back and forth. It's all BS. China. I mean, look, we ain't. Nah, that ain't happening again. Trust. China. Ain't nobody dropping bombs. Ain't nobody dropping no bombs. Believe that. Not like that. It ain't going down like that. In my opinion. Dick said he gonna press the reset button. Hang on, y'all. I gotta answer this. Huh? I liked it. You did? What about Lennox? Did he like it? Mommy wants to talk to you. Okay.
Impact people's lives. I've known throughout my career that when I make a decision, it will directly impact a human being's life.
By the way, thanks for agreeing to do this. We got a lot going on. You've made a lot of tough decisions in your life. I hope agreeing to be the vice presidential candidate wasn't one of the toughest ones.
It wasn't tough at all. Not at all. I'm just so looking forward to what we're going to be able to do.
Well, you and I are going to have a lot to do, but I think we can do it. I talked to you about how Barack and I worked it. And he asked me, is there anything that I wanted once I agreed to do it? And I said, yeah, I do. I'd like to be able to be the last person in the room on every important decision you make. And that's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to be the last because I'm confident you will tell me the truth about what you think, even if you disagree. And I'm confident that your judgment is really good. What are some of the toughest decisions you had to make?
Probably one of the toughest decisions is the decision that I made to pull California out of the negotiations with the 5 biggest banks of the United States around the foreclosure crisis.
Well, I just on the day that we hit 190,000 dead in the United States because of COVID-19, we just learned from the Washington Post columnist Bob Woodward that the President of the United States has admitted on tape in February he knew about COVID-19 that had passed through the air. He knew how deadly it was. It was much more deadly than the flu. He knew and purposely played it down. Worse, he lied to the American people. He knowingly and willingly lied about the threat it posed to the country for months. He had the information. He knew how dangerous it was. And while this deadly disease ripped through our nation, he failed to do his job on purpose. It was a life and death betrayal of the American people. Experts say that if he had acted just 1 week sooner, 36,000 people would have been saved. If he acted 2 weeks sooner, back in March, 54,000 lives would have been spared in March and April alone. You know, his failure has not only cost lives, it sent our economy in a tailspin. It cost millions more in American livelihoods. This is a recession created by Donald Trump's negligence, and he is unfit for this job as a consequence of it. How many schools aren't open right now? How many kids are starting the new school year the same way they ended the last one, at home? How many parents feel abandoned and overwhelmed? How many frontline workers are exhausted and pushed to their limits? And how many families are missing loved ones at their dinner table tonight because of his failures? It's beyond despicable. It's a dereliction of duty. It's a disgrace.
All right, my bad, y'all. Had to answer that. Why won't my phone charge? Had to answer that real quick. My kids just they went to California, and they were giving me a call. They just got into town and going to be in San Diego for a week, so I had to take that call. All right, yeah. All right, Derek. That's what's up. Yes, sir. We'll holler at you. Yeah, we'll see you next time. We will see you next time, sir. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for checking in. All right. And my bad. So yeah, I just threw on the Biden video. Sorry, y'all. We're live. Like I said, my kids called. They just got to San Diego. Like I said, they're staying. They're there with their mother. They're gonna be there for a week. with all the fires and stuff, I wanted to make sure. I told them to make sure to call me when they touched down. They flew for the first time. My youngest, Kennedy, which is 7 now, she just turned 7, and then Lennox, her older brother, is 8, and they just flew. They flew to California today. So I told them to be careful. Be careful out there. All right, y'all. So that's it. Like I said, today's show actually came out pretty good. It wasn't planned at all. Like I said, how long? We've been live for a minute. Good Lord. Like over 2 hours now. Again, we started out with the live earthquake and fire satellite imagery updates from Dutchsinse on YouTube. And he was going over, the USGS and the weather satellite data and all that stuff and the fires, interesting stuff. That's how we started. I saw that on. I was like, all right, let me just throw that on. And then we kind of just kept rolling. Kept rolling. Had a good conversation, though. Had a good conversation with y'all, so I appreciate it, especially my man Derek Jones checking in from Vegas. So yeah, that's gonna do it for now. Like I said, good Lord, this threw me all off. All right, because I got some editing to do and some other stuff. All right, the show to get to y'all. All right, so that's gonna do it for this episode. Make sure you like and share. All right, like and share this. On your social media, and we will see you guys, all right, in the next video. Thanks for watching. It's your man Pearly Q, Court Boys Radio Show podcast. All right, my bad. I didn't even shave yet. I gotta shave. All right, we'll see y'all. See y'all.